All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? It's a little windy and overcast. Windy and overcast. I don't think it's going to rain. And it is about, whoa, excuse me. I almost tripped over this branch that just, popped out of nowhere. Wow. They chopped part of the tree there, and it's the stump. I didn't see it looking at my camera. Well, anyway, you probably didn't see that because my camera is elsewhere. But anyway, it is a bit overcast today, and that's about 60 degrees, so it's not that cold and it's not going to rain. So we are off to another walk. Hope you're all having a good one here. Today, I have some things to talk about. Things that I've wanted to talk about for quite some time. And I feel this is the right time to talk about it now. There are many reasons for that. And I'm not going to get too far into those reasons why I've waited so long to talk about this, but there is such a thing as timing is everything. It's all about timing. If you want to get things done properly and, hope for the best outcome, right? And I know there are many people out here on YouTube that have been following me for years. I've been doing this full time for about 5 years now, between a former channel I used to run, and then I shut that channel down, took about 3 months off, and then a little over 3 years ago I came back and started this channel. Many of you out there that have been following me for a while know my entire story, and if this is a repeat for you, then so be it. But I could certainly use your support, and I would appreciate your support. And I feel this is the right time to do this now. One of the reasons is because many more people that I was once closely connected with out here on YouTube and cared for and still care for to this day got sucked into this same vortex with the same people. And now they have seen it hands-on for themselves, or theirselves, what I went through. And I'm not here today looking for sympathy or anything like that. I'm not expecting anything out of this. I'm doing this for the better good of everyone, and also to clear things up about my name and my likeness and my brand and all of that, because a lot of that has been questioned by many people due to the lewd acts a few content creators out here on YouTube have continued to do to me for years. I will be speaking here as professionally and maturely as possible. As far as respectfully, I don't have any respect for these people, so I don't know if I can throw that in there or not. But I am typically a respectful person. But respect is a two-way street. And also loyalty is a two-way street. And I'm one that's never expected loyalty from anyone. I still don't expect loyalty from anyone, right? But I will tell you this. Loyalty is a two-way street. And if someone's giving me their loyalty, they're definitely going to get mine in return. And hey, J-Rom, how you doing, man? Congratulations on your mod wrench. I hope you got my message behind the scenes. Before people question why J-Rom got a mod wrench, let me just tackle that head on. Like I just said, I don't expect loyalty from anyone. Period. End of story. To be quite frank, I don't really think loyalty even exists because we're in a fast-paced, crazy world nowadays, right? But there are some people that just naturally become loyal because they start to believe in you and see what you're all about. You know? And I don't want to sound like a fool, but this is, how I felt earlier today, when I was talking with J-Ron behind the scenes. He said some things, I'm not going to mention them, but they were good things. And I appreciated that. Right? And whether he realizes it or not, he probably does. He's been quite loyal to this channel. And it's been an unexpected thing. Maybe even for him too. People are going to go where they feel appreciated and welcomed, right? Naturally, without anything being forced, right? And because of that, I decided to give him a moderator wrench because he's been loyal with no expectation. Now, I don't expect him to continue to be loyal. I don't expect anything from him at all. But he himself has been through similar things. Him and his girlfriend, his fiancée actually, have been through similar things with these same creators for the same reasons. And we relate to that. And he's been very supportive to that cause, and I appreciate that. And whenever somebody, and by the way, and another thing, I know he doesn't care that I say this, but he sent a $50 super chat the other day. And we will get you back, J-Ram. I know you don't expect anything, but we will get you back. Trust me on that. And so, I appreciate the support, no matter how it may look or how weird it may feel. Sometimes, people end up, supporting each other when they least expected it because they have a common interest, right? I've said this before in my life, and I'll say it again, it'll probably happen again. Every single friend I've had, for the most part, I was their enemy first. I wouldn't maybe go as far as say enemy, but, I just wasn't too fond of them or sure if I wanted to be their friend first. But then after a while, you get to know people. When you spend time with them and you talk with them and you listen to them and they listen to you and you realize you have a lot more in common than you initially thought, you start to build a bond. That's like the brotherhood bond, right? Again, I'm not trying to say too much about you, J-Rom, and I don't want to make anyone feel anything weird or anything. I'm just sharing how I feel and how things have been for me in the way that I've connected with and related to people in the past. So another thing I'll mention at the beginning of this show. Well, thank you for being here, J-Rom. I'm appreciated. Thank you to everyone that's here right now. I'm probably more than sure that the mid-30s millennial and the early 40s guy are both double simulcasting me today. That's no problem. Quite frankly, I hope they do, because I want as many people as possible to hear this message, to hear everything I say here today, and then for these guys to, respond live and on the fly without having to think about the answer they want to give. And if they're not simulcasting me by chance, that's going to make another statement that they don't want to simulcast me because they don't want to be put on the spot to have to respond to what I'm going to say here today. Because we've gone down this road before in the past, several times over the last 5 years. And every single time we've gone down this road, these people have tried to stop me from talking about this. This is the one thing that these people don't want me to talk about. And I'm going to mention their names today because I tagged them in. You know why I tagged them in? Because I want their supporters to see this. I want to be recommended next to their videos. So their people, or people looking for them, will find me. And if you, Lycan Theory and Gunner, want to say I'm leeching from you, then so be it. You've leached plenty off of me for the last 5 years. This is the least I can do to return the favor. Yep, you wrote my name. You guys keep writing my name. Keep making content off of me. Even when it doesn't make sense to do so. Right? Every little thing I do, every breath I take, every move I make, it's like that Police song. Every breath you take, every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you, Eli, and I'll immediately make content off of you on your most current stream, or I'll make a few community postings, I'll tag you in. Unprovoked. See, here's the thing, folks. These two content creators that I've tagged into this live stream / replay video, if you're watching on the replay, hashtag Lycan Legion and JB Gunner TV. These two guys have been coming at me for years. Stems back 5 years to my former channel. And initially, when I didn't know YouTube as well as I know it today, I mean, I've been on YouTube since it came out, like 16, 17 years ago, but I didn't become a full-time content creator until about 5 years ago on my former channel. And I didn't even know what trolls and haters were back then. But these people are worse than any troll or hater out there. These people are far worse. Not even normal trolling on this platform compares in any way, shape, or form to what these two guys have done to myself personally and many others, but more so myself. They've come at me more so than anyone else, and they continue to do it to this day, unprovoked. And that's why I started speaking about it, and that's why I'm going to talk about it in full here today, to raise awareness, to share with you folks that are considering consuming their content or sponsoring them or donating to them in any way, shape, or form. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing you what I've been through and what other people have been through before you go down the same path, because you will go down the same path or a similar path in those groups. Because what these two guys aren't telling you is what I'm going to tell you here today. Because it's not as obvious anymore as it used to be. And the reason is because the sponsor they have no longer puts their sponsorship videos on their channel. And their sponsor's website link is no longer shared in the description. And even if it was, the website no longer exists. It's pretty interesting to me, huh? These guys have attacked my business, my brand, my likeness. They've attacked my real life, my family, my mother, my brother, my entire social media network of business partners and friends. They've taken things into real life. I'll share more about that as the show goes on. I just was waiting for this guy to slowly jog on by. Like I said, I'll share more examples as the show goes on. But the thing I want to start off by saying here first is that between the last time I talked about this in depth and now, it's been about a year, a little over a year, I completely ignored these people. And no matter how much I ignored them, and we all ignored them, they continued to make content on me all the time, unprovoked. No one does that. No one in their right mind does that unless they're being paid to do that. And I'll share more about that in just a little bit. Give me a second here. Sky Church, I think you're GLM. Admit that you're GLM or I will ban you. Come on, Sky Church. You going to admit that you're GLM, God loves me, or am I going to ban you right now? You got 1 minute, GLM, to admit that that is you. California Forward Outdoors. Hi, Coach Eli. Hi, everyone. You can sue him, Coach, for using your name for slander. I'm not here to talk about suing anyone. California Forward Outdoors. We've gone down that path many times in the past. It's not even about that. That's not what I'm here for today. But I understand where you're coming from. And that's not the right way to look at this. There's a lot more to look at here. And there's a much better way to handle this than threatening to sue people over the internet, right? Doesn't get you anywhere. But I get what you're saying, though. What they're doing is stalking. You can sue them for harassment. Oh, they've stalked myself, my family. They've harassed me. The amount of things these people have done. And I'm not here to play the role of the victim. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm here to share my story. And the main reason why I'm here to share my story, before I get to your comment, J-Ron, congratulations for being the latest moderator once again. And thank you for being here to the both of you. I totally forgot what I was going to say. It slipped my mind. It'll come back to me. There's a lot to talk about. There's just a lot to talk about here. I think I was going to say that the reason why I'm doing this show today is to raise awareness. It's to raise awareness, not to the people that have been long time and loyal supporters, like they call these people that support them, right? Both the mid-30s guy and early 40s guy, the Lycan Legion and the JB Gunner sides, they've got loyal supporters that have supported them no matter what they do. Even when JB Gunner came out here to spit on my father's grave and make a video on it. We'll share more about that again in a bit. Paid for by his sponsor, Texas Caregiver, whose website no longer exists, whose videos are no longer being shown on JB Gunner's channel or Like Legion's channel. There's no reference to them. I mean, every so often they say they have a sponsor. But if you guys have a sponsor, then why don't you promote your sponsor for the money that he's paying you? Because the bottom line is, the truth of what's happening here is that Texas caregiver Brian is just giving you guys money. He has a fake shell business so he can write it off as an entertainment expense and save paying, a large amount of taxes on the inheritance he got and whatever he's invested that money in. That's making him money, right? That's what's happening. But you guys are not going to tell your audience that. I will, because I know the truth. Because I was around when he was, having you guys put out his sponsorship videos and all that stuff, right? And so, yeah, I bet you guys don't like the fact that I'm coming out and sharing this again. But you guys continue to, put things out about me that are not true, or maybe partially true, but you take it way out of context and ramp it up to try to make me look more stupid or try to make me look guilty when I'm not, to entertain your audience. That's what's happening, right? So you guys are playing that game. Then guess what? I'm going to play it too, but I'm going to play it better and more professionally, because this is a professional stream, just making people aware of what is true and what I know. For me to have 32 people here means that either only one of them is simulcasting me or none of them are, because these guys, if they were simulcasting me, or if they are, they're going to have to respond to this. And how are they going to respond to this in front of their audience? They're going to be really triggered, and then their audience is going to know the truth. And their audience probably already knows the truth, but they just don't care. Some people just don't care, but there are people that do care. And we'll go to their channels thinking that they're going to, have a nice, safe place to hang out with, right? And have fun or talk about certain topics, right? But they don't even realize, but what they don't realize is what's going to happen once they're there. And they realize it's not what they want to be a part of. Then they try to leave. Then they get harassed and attacked and doxxed, right? And all those kind of things that they've accused me of doing, right? And I'll tackle all that during this show. I'll answer everything. I have nothing to hide. And everything I've done was for the better good of everyone, and to try to protect myself and other people from the games these people have been playing for the last 5 years with the same MO and same fake sponsor paying them to do so. J-Rom says, white sky churches from Janet's, I think. I saw them there when you all was live and Janet mentioned them. Okay, if that's a part of Janet's team, I'm not going to ban Sky Church, but they don't usually say a lot. Thank you, J-Rom. I think it might be GLM, but hey, it is what it is, right? Thank you for the wrench. I would have said so sooner, but didn't want to interrupt you. Okay. No worries, J-Rom. You can interrupt any time, folks. I'll just get to the chat when I can, but I appreciate it. Yes, continue to be a positive influence in a negative world. Yeah, it's pretty windy. Can you folks hear me okay? The windscreen should be taking care of most of the wind noise. And I may have to stop and use the restroom in a few over here. I'll let you folks know before. What is my main vested interest in doing this stream? There are a lot of things that, I'm going to be honest with you folks. Yes, I'm trying to grow my channel. And do I hope this grows my channel and gets my message out further to the right people? I'd be lying to you if I said no. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything that a YouTuber does, especially one that does things at my level, is going to be to move the channel forward. So why would that be in question? Oh, you're trying to leverage JB subs and Like in Theory subs. No, actually I'm not, because their subs are not the right audience. I'm trying to leverage the people that are fighting them, that are new, and save their ass before they go through what we all went through. You can't save everyone, but you can try, right? NC is Queen. Hi, Coach. You're from Janet's side, right? You're Janet's neck of the woods. How you doing, NC is Queen? Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Glad you could join me for this beautiful walk day. It's a little windy and a little overcast, but it's not going to rain. And it's still about 60 degrees. Give me a second. There's some people on the trail that are stopping to pick flowers. So I'm going to be quiet for a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably use the restroom here in a few. I'll let you folks know. So yes, I am looking to get this message out. Another thing I'm doing this for is to make people aware of who I really am, and to not believe everything that you see on the internet, especially two crazy content creators, with no disrespect, that are very, very unattractive and out of shape men, lower class men, that have a lower class audience, talk about a guy that's not lower class. I say that respectfully, but you look at these two guys, and then you look at myself and my lifestyle compared to theirs. And I'm not saying this to try to show off or flex my muscles. I'm saying put two and two together. Open your eyes and ears, right? Listen to what they say, how they do their stuff. Listen to what I say and how I do my stuff. There's a world of difference, right? A lot of false information has been put out about me. Now again, I don't care. Every now and then people do videos on me and troll me. That's going to happen to any public figure. I get that, but these people have taken it way too far. And they continue to take it way too far because they're getting paid by Texas Caregiver to take it way too far, even to this day. And they're also paid to amp it up more than it is. Some things they put out may be partially true, but they amp it up times 10, and they present it in a way that's 10 times worse to make me look bad, right? And let me tell you how that affects me. I'm going to come out and say it, because the people that truly know me, like my lady, I already told my lady about this. She knows I'm doing this stream. She knows everything about me, and there's nothing these people can say or do that's going to change her opinion of me. I'm not worried about that. What I want to do is get the message out to people that are seeking out a life coach and seeking real help, and then they come across JB Gunner and hashtag Lichen Legion and all these channels that are making all these videos, and they're believing what these guys are saying when it's not true, or mostly not true. I'm not saying that everything they've said is not true, but most of it is not true. And the stuff that may have been true has been amped up, like I said a second ago, to make me look bad, right? These guys used to be able to trigger me, and that's the name of their game. The name of their game is to try to trigger you, so that way it makes their fake bullshit videos on you seem more real. Coach J-Rom with the $20 super chat. Oh man, thank you, brother. Not necessary, dude. Thank you, J-Rom. Because I can. Because you can, but you don't have to, man. Those super chats are very distracting. Jerome, again, I really appreciate your support on this. I know we're on the same page on this. We're pretty close to it. And I don't expect us to always be on the same page. But I honestly think, from what you've said lately, and I'm not the kind of guy that talks about everything we talk about privately behind the scenes online. I'm not like Legion and JB Gunner that make content out of us taking a shit, right? If they could catch us taking a dump and get away with putting that on YouTube, that's what they would do, right? That's how pathetic these guys are, right? But I appreciate your support on this because I know you've been through the same thing, all right? And again, like I said a second ago, man, I got some people coming, and I need to use. All right, we're back. I went to take a little bit of a break. Can you folks see me clearly and hear me clearly? Coach J-Ron with another $10 super chat. Another super chat for $10. I mean, another distraction. Then LOL. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I feel better now. I've drained the lizard, so it's all good. Thank you, J-Ron. I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot. It really does. It means a lot. Makes a big statement to me, bro. $14 thumbs up. Thank you, folks. Please smash that thumbs up. Share this out on your community tabs. Share it out on social media. If you already haven't subscribed and banged the bell and selected all notifications, please do so. You need to be subscribed here to chat on any one of my live streams or premiere videos. Once you subscribe, you can chat immediately. There's no time restriction anymore. I've removed that. Thank you again, J-Ron, for your 2 super chats, the 20 and the 10. I really appreciate it, man. It's more about the thought to me. It's more about the statement that it makes. And again, we will get you back. I know you don't expect it. I get it. But that's how I am. And that's how the people are that I associate with, the good people. Bathroom break, if I'm guessing, yep, you're back. Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. So, you know, I'm a little surprised because we've got 31 people here right now. And what that's saying to me is someone probably, they may not be simulcasting me. I actually hope they are. I want them to. I want you to share this message live along with your response, like in Legion and JB Gunner TV, and respond to your audience regarding my thoughts about your sponsor, Texas Caregiver, and why his website is no longer up. I'd like to see you guys respond why about a year ago you stopped promoting a sponsorship video and sharing the link to his website in your description section, right? You guys have questioned all my stuff, and I'm legit. My website's still up. Oh boy, is my website still up. It's never gone down. And for the last year and a half or 2 years, it now has HTTPS, secure sockets layer. It's very secure. And how about we make your audience aware to go to my community tab and read the latest 2 postings as of the time of this stream being done live. And take a look at the website link on my website regarding the information I shared on Texas Caregiver and Lycan Legion on my own private server. I won't put that stuff out here on YouTube. I mean, it should be okay, but you do that and these guys will try to flag you down for using their picture when they use my picture in every thumbnail. They use all my videos. You guys are big hypocrites. You're all big hypocrites, right? Then these guys also whine and complain about people striking them down, yet when you use their stuff, they strike you down. And J-Rom and anyone else that's been through their groups, you've been through the same exact thing, right? If you go to my community tab and read the latest posting and the one after that, well, first of all, the second posting down from the first one on top, I shared the link to the Texas Caregiver Support Services website that no longer works. It was a crappy website anyway, so I can't blame them for taking it down, right? Why pay for something that's not getting you anything, right? I could ask the same thing about what you're getting out of paying $3,000 per month to Lycan Legion and $2,000 per month to JB Gunner. What are you getting out of that? Your rocks off and a tax write-off. And like I said in the past, J-Rom, you're right. It's an entertainment expense for a shell company. This is a shell company, folks. This is not a real company. Well, I guess shell companies are real, but shell companies are created to do shady shit like this, pretty much. That's the bottom line. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm hearing some baby scream. The mid-30s guy is a mangy werewolf. What does that mean? Call me cuckoo for not knowing what that word is, but can you describe the definition? Oh, if money is distracting, it'll end up distracting the heck out of you. That's true. Hi, Coach, says Sky Church. Wow, I mean, it is really super windy here today. Look at this. It's pretty windy. And I haven't been cut off one time, so there's better reception here. But it does cut me off every now and then out here, too. There's just not as much electrical interference here. At least till you get to the end. Because that's where the power transmission lines run. Can you ask Eli to unblock me? JT, how are you doing, Coach J-Ron, brother? Is that John Tuttle? Is that you, Tuttle? If that's you, no problem, bro. I've never had a problem with you, JT. Never had a problem with you. Is that you, John Tuttle? That's a pretty clever sock account. Because, JT, you and I really never had any problems. But you and I, we were on panels with some pretty loony type of people. You correct me if I'm wrong, JT, but you and I have encountered some real lunatics out here on YouTube, huh? Somebody type something. I want to make sure that the chat hasn't frozen. And I don't have to shut it down and restart it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's me. Adventure with JT is my channel. Please unblock that. JT, do me a favor. Can you send me an email to Coach Eli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. Coach Eli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. And send me your channel link. And I will unblock you tonight. But I want to make sure, JT, you are no longer involved with the Legion or Gunner, I'm assuming, right? because I don't want to be involved with anyone that's involved with them, period, end of story. And I think a lot of people have gone that way and just want to reconnect with the good people that we initially connected with and create some better content and rise above all this bullshit, right? I've always liked you, JT. You have a great radio voice. You're a pretty funny guy, especially when you laugh. You got the funniest laugh. Not in a bad way, bro. You're from the South, right, JT? If I remember correctly, Texas. It's got that Texas accent. JT had been out of that way longer than me. Oh, both sides? So the gunner side and the mid-30s millennial, the Legion side. I gotta say, folks, it is interesting what's been happening lately. More and more people are figuring this out. More and more people now are seeing what I've been through because they've gone through it themselves. So it's undeniable now, right? JT, right? J-Rom. I mean, I guess we have to say this moment was inevitable, huh, guys? Guys and gals, let's not forget the ladies. We're respectful to both genders, right, guys? We love the modern women. My lady will get a kick out of that. I might have had some to do with convincing J-Rom. Not much, but maybe he heard my message. Yeah, JT, make sure that you email me at coacheli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com, and I will unban you. And JT, if you're doing streams, bro, I'd love to join you on a panel. I've been going on a bunch of panels again lately. I haven't done it in a while, but I started doing it again. I was on hashtag Empress Janet's channel yesterday for 2 hours, and we had a great conversation. We were trolled by the real Lycan Legion in the chat and his cronies, right? And we addressed some of their stuff. We didn't get triggered one time. We shared our truth and we moved forward. And it was a great show. So yeah, I'm definitely very interested in reconnecting with you, bro, especially if you want to do some panels together. I'd be happy to come on your channel. Now here's the thing. For those of you folks out there that would like to reconnect with me and do some panels, if we do them on my channel, I will probably do certain panels that are a little too hot and heavy for a monetized channel on my backup secondary channel, Coach Eli 2, Uncensored Live Streams. And Nightbot's sharing the link to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams in the chat every 7 minutes or so. And to my lady behind the scenes, if you're watching, I'll send you a link to that channel after the show. But baby, you know I'll send you a text with the link directly, even though she subscribed to me everywhere. So LA Leggett, is that the real LA Leggett? Can somebody check if that's the real LA Leggett with like 12 plus K subs or something, whatever she has now? Terry's GG&G is returning in a big way. Tommy Ann, who is that? Is that you, Terry, on the sock account? So a lot of people are just coming back, and it's just gotten really, really interesting. It's windy here, folks. Give me a second. I texting JRAM on my other phone at the same time. That's her, Eli. She's texting me. LA Leggett, welcome back. What brings you back out of the blue? Is it the topic that we've all, not all of us, but many of us have decided to move forward from all of this? You know, even I, and LA Leggett, I'm sure you've been watching quietly behind the scenes, and it's great to see you here too. That, you know, for the last year, up until maybe the last few weeks or so, I wasn't talking about the Legion or Gunner at all. And they just kept making content on me all the time. And it just got to the point of where, you know, once people started to leave, like J-Rom and stuff like that, and I started to really see other people go through the same thing that I went through, and now they know I wasn't BSing them, and now there's a little more support, right? That's when I started talking about it again. And I'm only talking about it here today again because I tagged, you know, Lycan Legion and JB Gunner TV in this because I want people that are seeking them out and finding content on me to know the real truth about why they're making their content on me, because people don't know that, and it's affected me. And another thing, I've said this before, I'll say it again. You know, my girlfriend of over 6 months now, great woman, and she knows the truth about me. I've told her everything, and she's not concerned. But her friend, who's a woman in her early 40s or mid 40s or something, she's single, lonely, and miserable, and she's gone out to try to find every piece of information on me. And a lot of the stuff that the trolls and haters have put out, and even the Legion and Gunner have put out, her friend believes it to be true, right? And I tell my lady, I'm like, look, if I did half the stuff that these guys said I did, I'd be in jail. I'm not in jail. I don't have a criminal record or anything like that, right? But see, Gunner knows, and Lycan Legion knows what's true and what's not. But they know if they amp it up and make it look worse than it is, or a complete lie that seems real, other people will buy it. Their audience and other people that seek me out, right? And that's why I'm talking about it. Got 32 in the box, 16 thumbs up. Thank you to everyone for being here. I appreciate you. I have no clue what the topic is, dear. I pop in here and there. I want nothing to do with drama. Well, neither do we. But we're talking about them today because they just keep pushing things forward because their big daddy, Texas Caregiver, keeps paying them. Good afternoon, Eli, says Lewis Fuller. Good afternoon, Lewis Fuller. California Port Outdoor says, hi, Lewis. LA Leggett, I'm in Switzerland. Hey, are you having a nice vacation out there, Leggett? GG&G is listening. Tommy Ann, is that you, Terry? Do you want to, are you still a part? If that's you, Terry's GG&G. If that's you, are you still a part of the Legion or the Gunner side? Or are you looking to reconnect with the good people you met before you got involved with that phony side? Leggett says, oh yes, congrats finding a wonderful lady. Yeah, it wasn't easy. But she made it easy for me because attraction's either there from the very beginning or it's never going to be there, Leggett. And not only did this woman show her interest in the beginning, she's moved mountains to be with me. Like, I'd say almost literally. And how can I not respect that? I mean, I totally respect that. And her and I are going to go away for a few days this coming week and turn off the YouTube, or let's speak ghetto language, the YouTubes. We're going to turn off the YouTubes, right? The YouTubes, right? Not the YouTube, We make it plural, ghetto sounding. We're going to turn off the YouTubes. Oh, man. There's a lot more to come, folks. I'm almost halfway done on this walk. On the way back, trust me, we're going to really, really get into it. Really get into it. So you folks know what you're up against. But I would love to see, if they're not simulcasting me right now, I would love to see these guys do a reaction video and respond to the questions in context, right? Right? Or did Big Daddy Texas Caregiver tell you guys to not do a simulcast on this because he doesn't want this going out there, right? Right? I think I got the right email address. Misery Loves Company, says LA Leggett. Yep. Hey at Lewis Fuller, says Leggett. Yeah, you know what, JT, if your email didn't go through, I'll get with J-Rom, and I'm sure he'll send me the link. I'm sure he knows how to find your channel, or maybe it's a part of your new channel. JT, you've had so many channels, bro. Bro, you've gone toe-to-toe. Let's just be polite and say with the best of them, right? You had all the crazy ladies come through your channel, huh? And eventually it got your channel shut down for hate speech, right? I always had respect and love for you, JT. I always thought you were a funny guy. Never had an issue with you. It wasn't you, JT. I told the same thing to J-Rom. It wasn't you guys that I had a problem with. It was the groups you were associating with. The Legion now and the Gunner group. Because here's the thing. There's really no upside to any of those groups for anyone besides Gunner and the Legion, because they're getting paid by Texas Caregiver to do this stuff, and that's their primary source of income, no matter what they say, right? Sure, they make some extra money through donations and super chats and cash apps and PayPals, but they are completely 100% dependent on Big Daddy's money to survive. Correct me if I'm wrong. You probably know J-Rom. You probably know JT. JT, you know what's going on, right? And by the way, folks, I'm not back into drama, and I'm not a drama channel. But, you know, if the other side wants to say this is drama and whatever they want to say, I really don't care. The only way that my channel and the channels of the good people that want to associate with me will move forward is if we make everyone aware of what you folks are doing once and for all. And now that there's more support with many other people that have gone through your shenanigans, Gunner and Legion, it's going to be more believable to new people. Because it's the truth, right? And see, the reason why you guys may not be simulcasting, maybe you are, maybe you're doing it privately, who knows? But if you're not simulcasting, the reason why is because you don't want your people and you people to know about this. This is your MO. I'm basically calling out your MO publicly. And I have the right to do so. It's within my rights to do so, right? And like I said, there's a lot more support now with people that know your game, your shady tactics behind the scenes and the discords, right? But the main thing is you're getting paid to come at people like me. Folks, their sponsor, Texas Caregiver, about 3 years ago, maybe a little over 3 years ago, started paying Gunner and the Legion money to create a targeted smear campaign on me. And that smear campaign is still here to this day. Now, what's the Legion and Gunner gonna say or do? They're gonna deny it, even though they know it's the truth. Why would they admit to something that would A, put them out of business, and B, get them in trouble with the law, and then C, get their sponsor in trouble, right, with the law too, right? No, I'm not looking to go legal on this. No, I'm not looking to go legal. I'm not looking to take any action at all. Because the sheer fact alone, in discussing this, with the more support there is today to back up what I've been through is true, right? That's going to be good enough. Because I'm telling you, then you people will come across this, or one of us. And if they don't see these videos, we'll make them aware of it. We'll make them aware of it until this same MO no longer works. It's not sustainable long term. I've been saying that for ages now. It's not sustainable long term, right? So I'm not triggered like I used to get. I'm not threatening to sue Brian, Texas Caregiver, or the Legion guy, or Gunner. Heck, I'm not even taking you guys down for copyright or flagging you down for anything. You know why? I don't have to. I don't have to because you guys are going to sink yourselves. You're burning yourselves. And we're watching this in real time. And I will tell you this. The moment you guys sink and lose it all, I'll be live. I'll be talking about it. Bet you bottom dollar. And I'll be sharing with the good people that are following me here what not to do to other people. And how to better protect yourself if you're going to come out here on YouTube, especially if you show your face and use your real name. And especially if you're a guy and you bring your girlfriend or wife out here with your real names. And you see Gunner and Legion and Texas Caregiver, all three of you. The shit that you guys all put me through personally has taught me not only how to protect myself from this and to be able to share that with other people, okay? It's also made me a much stronger person than I already was. Because like I've said before, and I will say it again. It's pretty windy. I hope you folks can hear me. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. When I came out on YouTube 5 years ago, my former channel, I had thick skin already, but that wasn't good enough for YouTube. What you guys put me through toughened up my skin times 10. And so, hey, in essence, I will thank you for something. Hey, I'm a good guy. I'll thank you guys when it's something worthy of me thanking you for, despite what you've done. Because I'm an honest person. I'm like you guys. You guys redefine dishonesty, right? You guys redefine dishonesty. And you guys also have a weird way of making friends with people, supposedly, because none of the people you associate with are your friends. You pretend to be friends with people to use them for fake instigated drama content, bringing them on your panels, right? To entertain the rest of the audience, and that way they can donate, right? Fake instigated content appearing real, right? And the people you're doing this to have no clue that they're being used as a prop and as a piggy bank. Props and piggy banks, right? Right? That's all it is. They are props and piggy banks. J-Rom, you tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, JT. Can somebody type something? I want to make sure that the chat didn't get stuck. I haven't been cut off once. Lewis or anyone, can you type something in the chat? I want to make sure that it did not get... All right. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Can you folks hear me and see me clearly? LA Leggett, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Keep it up. Thank you, LA Leggett. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, folks, for the super chats lately. This channel went a while without getting super chats, and it's nice to see them coming back. They're not expected, but it really, really, really means something when they come back. Leggett, we will reconnect when you're back in town. We will reconnect. Maybe we can all do some panels together. Appreciate that, Leggett. It's very kind of you. In spite of everything that's happened in the past, I'll say this to you. I never had a problem with you either. It's just a bunch of conflict of interests, right? And I'm at the point right now where I'm not worried about it anymore. You know, I've risen above this stuff, and I'm trying to help other people rise above it. But I had to learn what was really happening. And this is what these people have done is unlike anything anyone has ever been through, online or offline. It involves deep levels of manipulation and love bombing at the door, making you feel all gooey inside, thinking that, you know, you're becoming a part of a group that's gonna, you know, be there for you and support you. And then it turns into a fake instigated drama shit show. And then when you try to leave because it's not what you want, then they attack you and dox you to try to keep you around, or they threaten you. They get blackmail. Here's another thing I forgot to mention. These people, what they'll do, like the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy, the Legion and Gunner, what they'll do is they'll ask you like for nudes and stuff behind the scenes, right? Especially if you're a lady, or something else if you're a guy. And then they do it in a way where you feel comfortable, right? And then when you try to leave, they use that as blackmail. Right? And then in order to prevent that blackmail from happening, they extort money from you. Blackmail and extortion. I mean, do you folks want to be dealing with people like that? That's what it is. That's what it all boils down to. I'm just being honest. I mean, J-Rom, if that doesn't sound right, let me know. I mean, seriously. Can you see me? I can see and hear you. Yes, I can. Thank you so much, JT. I can't say you're entirely wrong, maybe on some minor details. Yeah, well, we are going to have different experiences, J-Rob, and we're all going to have different opinions about the things that we don't have 100% proof on, right? So the key factor here is that, you know, there isn't 100% proof on all of this. But we know with 99.9% certainty that this is happening, because here's the thing, J-Rom and JT and anyone else, these guys will not continue to make content on one specific person for 5 years, all the time, especially when I didn't talk about them for a year, and unprovoked, they kept making content on me, right? So that's why I was sitting back. I wanted to prove this to you folks. I wanted to show you folks that whether I ignore these people completely or not, they're getting paid to come at me. So they had to keep putting out content, right? And the stuff that they put out is stupid. Like the Legion guy is putting out stupid content like, see, you only have 6 in the box. Your channel's dead. Your channel will never grow, right? It'll never grow, right? And he's doing that because he has nothing else to put out there on me. And he's being forced to put anything out there that he can from Texas Caregiver as part of his sponsorship requirement, right? I mean, folks, don't take my word for it. Just go to the community walls. All this stuff is unprovoked, right? Let me see. JT says, people won't believe till it happens to them. Elliot Leggett, have a wonderful night, guys. You have a great one, Leggett. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate the $5 super sticker. I look forward to when you get back in the States. Reach out to us, please. Thank you. I love how you're handling yourself. Thank you, Leggett. I've been just... I'll tell you guys what's made a big difference. I'm going to be honest with you guys. JT says he's the guy. Brutal is a guy. I'm not going to say what his channel is there. It's a sock, but we'll get his real channel back tomorrow. I didn't see what Coach Eli was talking about back then, but now I do. And it is deeper than people think. Eli's being ganged up on and attacked even if people don't want to believe it. Well, JT, here's the thing. I didn't talk about them for a year, and they kept making content on me, both Legion and Gunner. Unprovoked, right? Look, I can see one thing, JT. I can see one thing if I provoke them. If I provoke them and poke the bear, I could see them responding. But I didn't provoke them for a year. In the past, I kind of did because they came at me first, and I didn't understand how the YouTube game worked when I first came out here on YouTube full time 5 years ago or so, right? But what really started to show their true cards and colors to people is when I ignored them for a year and they kept coming at me unprovoked. And that more so was proving the theory, the very true conspiracy theory that their sponsor is paying them to do so. And here's the thing. I'm going to mention this very briefly, as respectfully as possible. We're just going to end up calling her SB. Okay? People know who SB is. She's the former lady of Lycan. Right? I actually saw her and the Mad Shangy Patrick do a together last night. I tuned in for a little while. I almost thought about going on the page. I want to make a big deal out of it. It was late at night, even on the West Coast where I'm at. It was like 11 something. And I think Shangy's on the West Coast as well too. Either that or I think he's mountain time, maybe 1 hour difference. All right, folks, I'm back. Let me know if you can see me and hear me clearly. It is very windy, and I got cut off. Every so often, I get cut off on this trail. The other one I usually go to, I get cut off all the time. But I was going to say, before I get to the chat again, that I got to give credit where credit is due. I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and SB was the one that helped me out the most. She figured this out. She cracked the case. I'm not saying this to suck up to her or try to win brownie points. I'm also not trying to get with her because I have a woman, and she's happy with somebody else. Before you folks try to spin this stupid drama narrative on it, right? But I'm going to pay the woman props that practically cracked. She did crack the case. And I'm going to say even to this day, if she hadn't made me aware of that, I may not have ever figured it out. And regardless of what anyone thinks about her, she's pretty damn smart. I just hope this time, for her sake, that she has what she wants that's going to be sustainable long term. Because I finally found a woman that's sustainable long term. And I was going to say to you folks a second ago, L.A. Leggett, what's made me even look at this better and what's calmed me down, let me tell you, when you have a good woman in your life, that makes a world of difference. Because us men, we have rough masculinity, right? And when you have that nice, sweet woman in your life that truly cares about you and supports your purpose, right? It clears your head. My woman supported what I do from the very beginning. And it allowed me to start seeing things in a different light. I was already seeing things in a different light before I met her, but her coming into my life made me just see it even more clearer. Made me realize that this BS is not worth it. I got better things to do, like spend time with her and family and do other things, right? Women will balance men out. Women balance out our rough masculinity, and we balance out their extreme emotions. That's why men need to be emotionally strong. God, it's really damn windy. see here. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Hey, sorry I'm late. No problem, bro. Go check out the replay, bro. Lots has been shared. Yep, it's all stupid, says JT. Mercy says, okay. Yep, I agree, says Brutal. You always walking? Yeah, I walk every day. And I try to do a live stream every time I walk. I lost signal. Can anyone see Eli? Yeah, I got cut off and I had to come back. I get cut off every now and then. You got to find a better trail, man. Well, this is better than the other one. You know, J-Rom, when you stream for 2 hours from mobile, you're going to have some issues. I know you're just kind of having a little fun. It's all good. I'm sure you've had some issues with mobile too. Just got him back. Mercy says, Mercy Cullen. Hey, I'm from Philippines in May. Channel Minderming. I have no idea what you're saying, but welcome to the show. I only read and speak English. But welcome to the show. How'd you find out about us? Hey, guys and gals, I don't know if you know who RJ Sandifer is. If you've been here for a while, you know RJ Sandifer is a blind YouTuber friend of mine. I may end up reaching out to him and seeing how he's doing, as long as he's not involved with some other people from that drama side. There's a third wheel, the Brutally Lauren channel and stuff. I mean, that's the other aspect of this drama group, on top of the Legion guy and the Gunner guy. All these people, man. All these people just couldn't let us normal, decent creators create positive, uplifting, good content, right? They had to infest us with the drama disease. Man, it is really windy. Can you folks hear me? Whew, man, I gotta hold the mic. Whoo-wee, man. Give me a second. Whew. This is true, Eli. Yep. It's true, JT. JT, you never wanted to be a part of it, dude, but, you know, they found out about you. They found out about you, man. I remember the days when I started this channel, JT, and it was a little over 3 years ago, and we were doing some late panel streams on this channel. I think I put those to private now. I put those to private or removed them because I didn't want to take a chance of not passing the monetization review when I qualified for monetization 2 years ago, a year after I started this channel. But I remember, dude, we were up late with Jules from England and some of those other women. Well, man, we did some late night panel streams, and I remember I got literally 4,000 watch hours in less than a month. If you want to get your watch time quick, folks, do panels every day, at least once a day for 30 days, and you'll hit 4,000 hours. Then all you have to do is get the 1,000 subscribers and you'll qualify for monetization. Just don't have any community guideline strikes or copyright claims or anything, and you're good. Whew. Give me a second here, folks. There's more to talk about. So, oh my God. Oh man, that's literally like 50 miles an hour. Oh my God. Can you hear me okay? Am I still coming through, or is it like crackly now or something? Oh my God. True, Coach Rom. RJ rolls with Lauren. Bad idea to reach out, but you do you. No, if RJ's rolling with Lauren, then I want nothing to do with that. Maybe one day RJ will learn, but he probably won't. And I can't blame him for it because he has Asperger's on top of being blind, and that's what these people are doing to keep him away from us. They're preying on his vulnerabilities of his autism, his Asperger's, because people with autism don't understand certain social cues. Am I coming through? Can you folks hear me? It is very, very windy on the way back. The wind is hitting me head on. Whew. Wow. Yeah, and then some people say, what's that big furry ball in his face? Well, if I took this thing off, you wouldn't hear a damn thing but crackling. Yeah, we hear you. Your fuzzy thing works well. Very well. Your cat testicle is doing a great job, LOL. Sorry, that's what the guys over there call. I understand they call it a testicle or whatever. Oh, the geese. Hold on. The geese are here. Maybe they made their way to this trail, the husband and wife. Maybe it's a different husband and wife. Man. I mean, literally, the wind's like at least 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. The gusts. Hey, buddies, you're right in the middle of the trail. You got to walk off so I can. These geese are literally walking in the middle of the trail, right? Jesus Christ. Man, if my woman was out here, she's like 5'10", she's like 5'7", like 113. She'd be, baby, if you were out here, you'd be getting blown the hell. She'd be grabbing onto me. That's what she'd be doing. I'd be like the windscreen. Oh, Jesus. Save the geese, says Coach J-Rom and JT. All right. All right, so let's talk more about what these guys have done, okay? Just so we can do a little recap here. Okay? The mid-30s millennial guy, the Legion guy, okay? He still won't admit this to this day. But basically he sent out a retired cop and his former nurse wife that live a couple hours away. They rented a PT Cruiser and they were stalking me at my local park that I used to do live streams at for a week, right? And then they're trying to say to this day it's not him. Full of baloney, okay? On that stream, I used to turn the DVR function off. I no longer do that. They actually don't even let you do that anymore on mobile live streams as of earlier this week. But back then, I had the DVR function turned off, so you couldn't rewind. And I was doing a stream one afternoon after the same guy had been following me around the PT Cruiser all week. And I saw the same PT Cruiser at the front of the park, and as I walked by, I said, screw it, I'm live on the air, I'm going to go right up to him. But I didn't put him on camera. I should have put him on camera, because then I could have had somebody, scan the picture, and we could have had concrete proof. That's where I screwed up, right? But anyway, I walked up to them and I said, I'll just say the name, I don't care. Are you Mr. Kaw? Because they go by Mr. and Mrs. Kaw on YouTube, right? I go, are you Mr. Kaw? He's like, Mr. Kaw? Mr. Kaw? Who's Mr. Kaw? Right? In such a, shocked and surprised voice that I had the balls to go up and confront him, right? And as I confronted him, he had one of those trays for his laptop with 3 cell phones on it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing there with a private investigator tray on his lap with 3 cell phones? And you know what he said? He goes, oh, I'm here playing Pokemon. I'm here playing Pokemon. Right, Mr. Ka. We actually know who you really are now anyway, but it doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter. We're done with that. So as soon as I stopped talking with him, I decided to go to the backside of his PT Cruiser and get his license plate on the stream, because he had no front license plate. There was no front license plate. No, we're not mentioning them in the future, JT. This is the final time to make people aware. I agree with you guys. Can you hear me? It's very windy. Okay? And then what happened after that, I got the license plate. I ended up going off the air, and I immediately put the stream to private so nobody could download it, because it didn't have time to process before anyone could download it, right? And remember, my DVR was turned off. You couldn't rewind. So literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, the mid-30s millennial guy, Lycan Legion, puts out a video and amps up the sound so we could hear Mr. Ka and myself talking. And he creates this video with a thumbnail called "Stalked by an Ex-Cop," right? Literally within like 2 hours or less after it happened, and after I put the video to private where anyone could download it, right? What that's telling me is that the mid-30s millennial guy planned this, and he was screen recording it because he knew once that happened, I would put the video to private. And listen, Legion, you're full of it, dude. You sent them there, or at least they told you they were going there, and you coordinated that with them, right? And then the mid-30s millennial guy, the Legion guy, says that, oh, I had another creator screen record it and send it to me. Who cares? Hey, the Queen is back. Queen, I just saw Queen ban someone. Hey, folks, Queen, say hi, because we miss you. Everyone, hey, Queen, even the Lycan Legion made a video on you because I said you're busy on Twitter, going viral on Twitter, and they don't realize you're getting a lot of views on there. Just because you don't get a lot of likes doesn't mean you'll get a lot of views. And they send that to your email when your tweets go viral. But yeah, the mid-30s guy, the Lycan Legion guy, is so obsessed to appease his sponsor. You know, he makes videos on my top mod, Queen Helen Casey. It's great to see you modding, Queen. We love you and we miss you. Queen, my lady misses seeing you too. Everyone's asking about you, Queen. Most of us are good that are asking for you. So it's great to see you here. That soccer cow was named Mr. Carr. Well, he went by Mr. Ka, but you know why they actually spelled it that way? Because they know Mr. Ka is a blocked word here. Mr. Carr. That's pretty clever for a sock account. Jesus, it's so windy. That was one instance. Another instance, JB Gunner sent GLM to try to stalk me at my park. I'm over that, GLM. I'm just saying, even GLM, who lives an hour and a half or so away from my area, came to my park and did videos saying, have you seen Coach Eli? Have you seen Coach Eli? Careful, Coach Eli's a bad man. The guy that comes out here that does live streams, he's a bad man, right? Like Who in their right mind would do shit like that, right? Who in their right mind would spend the money on gas, even though gas was cheaper back then, and take the time to do that? For what? What did that get you? Seriously, right? And then, let's not forget the time where somebody that was initially associated with me flipped and went over to the Legion, and he actually tried to get me swatted at my park. He called the police on me at the park. And nothing happened, but they showed up. I'm still going to stay with the convoy until the end. No, that's cool, Queen. Good to see you here. I know he found me on Twitter. Did you block him, Queen, on Twitter? It wasn't hard to find you, Queen. It took me less than 2 minutes. He didn't do good research before assuming your demise. My gas price rap song, LOL. If you actually have one, JT, I'll check it out later, man. And then, let's talk about all the videos that Like and Legion created on me. Taking things way out of context, getting me on live stream panels, and saying things that trigger me intentionally like he does everyone else now. And then taking that and making endless amounts of content, right? You see, this Like and Legion guy makes a Coach Eli's Greatest Hits video to defame my character and amp it up, where I said a few things by mistake over the years, many years ago, I said some hateful things by mistake many years ago because I'm human, right? I mean, who in their right mind is going to spend half a day or all day to compile a bunch of clips and make a fancy video called Coach Eli's Greatest Hits if he wasn't getting paid to do it by Texas Caregiver Support Services, their fake sponsor, right? And sure, maybe he got a few donations off of it, and maybe he got a few views off of it, but without the sponsorship, he wouldn't even have broken even to do that, right? You folks get the point here. You folks see what's happening here? And all those videos that he did were defamatory to my character, right? And literally, if you go to the website, if you go to my community tab and you check out the website link that I shared again, where I share all the information on, the Legions and Gunners sponsor, Texas Caregiver Brian, you'll see how many videos he did on me in the past. I haven't updated it from a year and a half ago, but there were still already a bunch at that point. A lot of them now he's put to private. I have all the links. I go check the links. A lot of them are on private. Some of them are still public. But look and see. I put that whole page up to show you folks the great lengths that this mid-30s millennial guy, Like and Legion, has gone through, right? Go look at it yourself. And ask yourself, if he wasn't getting paid $3,000 a month by a fake sponsor, would he put in all the time and effort to do all those videos that would have never even made him enough money to break even doing them, right? This has been a paid, targeted smear campaign. No one in their right mind would make that much content on one specific YouTuber consistently for 5 years if they weren't consistently getting paid to do it. Think about it, folks. The wind died down in this area. It's better. It was a smear campaign. Do you agree, JT? Hey, if you want me to come on your panel at some point or on your show sometime, I'll talk about it there, bro. I mean, I'm willing to talk with you, bro. I'd love to reconnect. And then we all move forward in a positive way. The more awareness we raise and the more good people that we connect with and spare these people from, going through what we went through with these people, the better, Yeah, says JT. No, I will let him learn something from the news headlines. Queen is very smart. She's letting the mid-30s millennial troll her on Twitter and giving her more traction. Yeah, Queen, you and I have learned a thing or two about handling trolls. And Queen, by the time you come back here, and then we can start doing some streams and some videos on your channel again too. Things are getting back to normal. Things are starting to take off again. Things are turning around. Whew, man, if I don't get blown away here. And again, Queen, I'm sure my lady right now is so excited that you're here, because she's even been asking about you. Queen, you're more popular than me. I'm not saying I'm popular, but Queen, people want you more than me. It's all in good fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second here. I really don't want to talk about those people. We can talk about men's issues and such. I'm all for that, JT. You can talk about dating and such that you know about and your stuff you have expertise on. No, it sounds good. That sounds great, actually, JT. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you being here, bro. This is really nice. Each and every day, things seem to be getting so much better. Yeah, and it all started when people started to realize the game that Lycan Legion's been playing all along, that I've been talking about for years, was really starting to make sense to the people that are here now or have, walked away from that group. Man. Wow. This is super, super windy today. But it's great exercise. A lot of resistance, I'll tell you that. Burns more calories. All right, give me a second here. And the last aspect I'm going to talk about is what, for the new people here, most of you that have been here for a while know this, but the most despicable thing that Texas caregiver paid JB Gunner to do was to drive clear across the country to come out, stalk my family properties, go to my park, and the most despicable act in the history of YouTube, period, maybe he'll get off on me saying that, is when JB Gunner went to my father's gravesite and made a video spitting on my father's grave. Like I said, folks, in the past, if you've been watching me lately, I have all those videos on a hard drive. I don't really want to, dig them up and put them on a private server somewhere. Take my word for it. J-Rom was there, JT saw it, all these people saw what JB Gunner did. And to you folks that still think that this is not a targeted hate attack, then answer me this question, JB Gunner and Lycan Legion. You won't, because you don't want to admit guilt, right? Answer me this question. Would JB Gunner shell out $1,000 out of his pocket to drive across the country between gas and lodging and food just to spit on my father's grave? I know it's bad doing that, but would he waste that amount of money to do something like that that's not going to even make him that in return? No. He was paid directly by Texas Caregiver. And those videos were sponsored by Texas Caregiver. I have those videos. I have those videos. He even mentioned that he was sponsored by Texas Caregiver in those videos. And so if good old Brian wants to keep on paying you guys, Brian, if you want to keep on paying these guys to do this stuff, right? Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to sue you, Brian, or my family's going to sue you. I'm past that. But just know, Brian, that if we did want to sue you, the proof is in the sponsorship of the video. And the judge would ask you, why are you sponsoring a video where the guy you're sponsoring is spitting on another YouTuber's dad's grave? Come on, Brian. How are you going to answer that, man? And that's why a year ago, when this was going down, Texas Caregiver Brian forced or made everyone he's sponsoring stop showing his sponsorship video. And then he put his Wise Night Owl channel to private. He hit his channel. As of today, before I went live, Wise Night Owl, Brian's channel, is public. It's back. And if you want to go, again, to my website, go to my community tab where I shared the link to my website of where I talk about, where I show all this information about Brian and Like and Legion, right? And there are screenshots there. There are screenshots there of Brian paying people donations on a stream titled, something. It was something negative about me. You'll see it there. You'll see actual proof. Proof is furnished on that website. Go check it out for yourself. Can you hear me okay, guys and gals? How are these channels, Texas Caregiver sponsors, good for their business? They'd better be off sponsoring me. At least I could sell his product via my work. I deal with a lot of elderly. Here's the thing, JT. Brian is about the same age as me. He's 48. And he looks like he's 65. He's a little out of shape. He's pretty out of shape. And he's an unattractive man. No disrespect. Okay? And he came into this money after his parents passed away. And because while his parents were alive, he was trying to find the best caregiving. Apparently, initially, was his passion to start this business. When I guess it didn't pan out the way he wanted to pan out, and he started getting bored and lonely and miserable, right? And he had nothing better to do because, I don't know, maybe he just couldn't get a woman or whatever because of the way he is. I don't know. He decided to come onto YouTube and pay these guys money to come at someone that he perceives better than him or wishes he could be like or look like, right? That's the only thing that makes sense to me, right? It makes Brian, Texas Caregiver, feel better to attack someone like me that he wishes he could be like and look like, right? Than to pay you, someone that has experience and could promote his services and make him more money and help better his cause. Right, JT? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? The palm trees are going to be a-blowing. Man, it is windy. God. Give me a second, folks. I hope you folks can hear me. This is some really strong wind. Look at that tumbleweed right there. Wow. That's how windy it is. Give me a second here. Sounds about right. Yep. There are so many things these people have done. They've simulcasted my live streams in the past, and they still do it every now and then. And they used all my content. At least in the past, they were using all my content every time I would put out a video. And they would do reactions to the entire video, and then they would sell it to their audience. What JB Gunner and Lycan Legion have done is they've literally made, in the last 5 years, if I had to be conservative with this figure, they've literally stolen over $200,000 out of my pocket with what they've done out here. And again, I'm not angry or bitter about it. I'm just making you folks aware of what you're up against and what's going to happen to you should you choose to associate with them. If you have any kind of a following that's bigger than theirs, or even smaller than theirs, but especially if it's bigger than theirs, all they're going to do is try to leverage your audience. And they're going to love bomb you to try to leverage that audience. So, Granny's watching. You're the new girl, right? Granny's watching. I'm telling you, listen, I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm trying to actually save your ass, right? And you may tell me to F off, right? But let me tell you something. Remember this live stream or this message a year from now when you're yesterday's news. And Mr. Legion has siphoned half your audience, right? Okay, because it's happened to many women, right? It'll happen to you too, ma'am. Okay? Run for the hills. You've got a channel with almost as many subs as I do, but you've got way more of an active audience than I do. Focus on your audience. And I'm telling you, stay away from the Legion. Because if you don't, you're going to lose half your audience, and he's going to gain it. At least for a little while. You guys tell me that have been a part of this, that are here on my end now, if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. And I know she's not going to listen. I know she's going to get sucked into it. He already love-bombed her, right? He love-bombed her, made her feel like, okay, there's some good growth here for the both of us. No, there's no growth for you, Granny's watching. There's plenty of growth, or plenty to siphon from by the Legion guy. And you're just not going to see it, right? You're not going to see it until you're a victim of it, ma'am. That's all I'm saying. Got 21 in the box. Now they're probably simulcasting now. Because with the numbers going down a little bit, I'll tell you, now they are definitely simulcasting, and they are triggered AF, right? You triggered, James? Are you triggered that I'm telling the truth? Right? You know, these people made videos on my former sponsor, who was a friend of mine. I cannot say too much about this per the family's request. But what I can say is this, is that, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I knew my friend for a very long time. And there were times where we didn't talk for a year or longer. And no one from the family reached out to me when it happened, as they were probably dealing with other things, figuring out what they were going to do, right? And no one besides my friend and I knew about the arrangement that we had. Okay? That was between him and I. And no one else in this family. It was something that we had worked on, right? And these guys put out videos saying that I embezzled money from him. How the hell did I embezzle money from him, and what proof do you have that I embezzled money? I'm just saying there's no proof because it never happened, right? It never happened. There's no record of me embezzling money because I didn't do it, right? But see, here's what happened. When they put out that video, going back to my girlfriend's friend, my girlfriend told me that her friend goes, my friend is saying that you're embezzling money, and I know you don't do that. Like, why would she say that? Because these morons on YouTube took something way out of context between my former sponsor, who was also my best friend, and his passing, right? You see all the crap that this creates, right? Now, here's the thing. If you're somebody that's stupid enough to believe this crap, right? And if you're the kind of person that's so jealous of your friend's relationship that you have to dig deep to even find something like that, then you got too much time on your hands. Then you need some serious help. And no wonder why you're single, because you're focusing your time sticking your nose in other people's business than working on what's best for you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Is the chat still working, folks, or are we or do I need to reset it? Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat, folks. We'll be going off the air in about 20 minutes. We are at 108 minutes minus 2 minutes, 106. We're at 146. I'm sorry, an hour and 46 minutes. It's been a great show today. I feel really good. Again, thank you, J-Ron, for the 2 super chats, one a $20 one and one a $10 one. And thank you to LA Leggett for the $5 super sticker for a total of $35 in donations today. It's not expected, but greatly appreciated, folks. You're amazing people. I appreciate your support. I'm here to support you too. I'm here to speak of the truth. I've always spoken of the truth, right? And it's really nice to see some people now seeing that I was being truthful all along. But you guys had to go through it first to see it. And that's what JT's saying. JT, you're right. You have to go through things in order to see it, right? It's just like when you're younger as a guy. You pedestalize the first few women you date, right? You put them on a pedestal. You kiss their ass. You're extra nice to them, right? I'm not saying don't be nice to women. Be good to your woman, but don't do it at your expense, right? And you go through a couple breakups because you're acting like a sissy instead of a man, and then you realize it's not about kissing her ass. It's about being good to her, but being good to yourself too. And it's about not making women your purpose, because your purpose as a man is what makes you happy outside of your relationship. Women are attracted to a man's purpose. Like, my woman is attracted to me primarily because of what I do and what I believe in and who I am, right? Now, my good looks and charm help a little bit, humbly speaking, but you know what I'm saying, right? But if you make a woman your purpose as a man, that's pathetic, right? That'll turn her off, because what's she going to get out of that? If your purpose as a man is your woman, then I hate to say it, you're a worthless man. At least you're coming off that way. Let me shut down the stream and come right back, because I need to reset the chat. All right, we're back. Okay, we should be back. Let me see here. Sounds about right. Okay, I already got that. JT says that's true, but he is so boring he cannot maintain anyone's attention. Are you talking about Lichen Legion so boring? The only time people have said the only time he's not boring is when he's doing drama. And when he's doing drama, he's out of his mind. Well, the truth of the matter is he's getting paid to act. That's what it is. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Hey, Eli, happy Sunday. From Janet's, right? Welcome to the show. JT says, yes, just working on something and listening. Awesome, dude. JT says, yep, for sure. It sounds too crazy to believe, and then you experience it, and you are like, man, he was right all along. Still here having dinner. Awesome. What are you eating tonight, J-Ron? Awesome. Give me a second here. Give me a second, folks. The sun's trying to pop out. Trying to burn the clouds and pop out. Folks, I hope you come across this video. That's why I tagged it the way I did. I'm hoping that new people that are connecting with Gunner and Legion and the Legion come across this video, or you get recommended it after one of theirs or buy one of theirs, right? Because I want you folks to know exactly what you're going to go through, and I also want you folks to know exactly how they're going to respond to this. They're going to spin it in many different ways, spin it way out of context, right? I'm sure they're going to be triggered, especially the mid-30s guy. I'm sure he's going to be really, really triggered. And here's the thing, James. Let me tell you this, dude. If you thought that my channel was never going to grow or is never going to grow, why wouldn't you just let me, burn on my own, right? Right? Why would you even come at me and keep coming at me if you knew that my channel was truly going to burn on my own? Because here's the thing, James, the truth of the matter is that it's been because of what you've been paid to do that's been hindering my channel's success. Because YouTube keeps recommending my content to your audience that hates me, right? Or thinks they hate me. They actually hate themselves. You all actually don't even hate me. You all hate yourselves. It's like one big projector fest, one big projection fest. That's all it is, right? And you found one big daddy who's projecting too, that came into some money after his parents died, and now he's paying you to project along with him. That's all it is. That's all this has ever been. I'm gonna come out this way this time. This is the high-end daycare center. There's another way out of here. I'm going to take that way. It's the Shores Child Center. It's a nice daycare center, huh? It's like a mansion daycare center. Yeah, don't even look at what the property value is of this place out here. I can only imagine what they charge there. I think they probably charge somewhere around 7 to 10, maybe not, maybe 5 to 6 grand a month or so. 10 grand would be outrageous, but I wouldn't be surprised because, the high-tech executives out here, they're making $500,000 to $1 million a year, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was 7 to 10K a month to put your kids in daycare there. But I'll look it up and talk about it down the road when I come back and do a walk here. Let me see here. Folks, get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air in about 12 to 15 minutes or so. I'm just heading back to my car. Again, folks, if you're just tuning in or if you've been watching the whole show live or on the replay, I'm not here looking to play the role of the victim. I'm not here expecting anything from anyone. All I've ever wanted to do is run my channel and help uplift people. And a few people that I would normally be able to ignore, and I have ignored, have continued to do whatever they can to destroy my brand and to prevent me from growing out of their reach, meaning that these people have done anything and everything to keep making videos on me so that way the YouTube algorithm thinks that our channels are related and keeps recommending my content to the wrong audience. And the longer it takes for me to grow, the more these people can keep making abusive content on me. That's what's happening, right? That's what they've done, right? And I'm proud to say that, hey, that's going to be short-lived because things are heading back in the right direction. And there are more and more people now that have gone through what I went through, that are working with me again. I'm going to work with them, and we're going to create greatness, and we're all going to grow exponentially together and way outgrow, the Legion and Gunner and this whole store-bought, facade that's been going on for years. You guys enjoy this while you can. And, you can trash talk me all you want and trash talk anyone else that's no longer a part of your game. But the truth of the matter is, even your trash talk is fabricated because you all know what you've done. And you know why you've done it, right? And here's the thing. I'm not going to watch any of your reaction videos if you do them. Maybe you're live now. Maybe you'll both do a reaction video to the whole thing. I could care less. I don't care what you do. I'm not going to flag you down for copyright or anything. I'm not. I don't have to. You guys are going to burn yourselves. Let the people decide, who they want to support, right? Because here's the thing. I haven't been triggered one time. And then here's another thing, folks, that I haven't mentioned during this whole show. At least I don't think I mentioned it. Maybe I did and I forgot. But here's the key to all this. This is what turned it around for me. This is what started turning things around for me with these people and learning how to deal with trolls and haters out here. Okay? When you stop getting triggered, when you don't let them trigger you, when you don't let anyone in life trigger you, you're going to win every time. You know why? Because people that perceive you to be better than them, when they try to kick you down, if you don't let them trigger you, it makes them more mad that they can't trigger you. Another example, like I shared a few days ago, this was from last year when I was on a live stream panel with another drama, creator named Rogue Internet Man. He had over 21K subs at that point. So I went on there knowing what was going to happen, that he was going to attack me with multiple people. So why did I do it? I went on there to prove to people that I'm strong and I didn't get triggered one time. I was on that show for 2 hours. He first was trying to trigger me with this one female co-host. And then he brought on 5 or 6 or 7 other people. They all tried to trigger me, right? And they kept trying to trigger me, right? And I kept saying, that's your opinion, that's your opinion, that's your opinion, right? And guess what happened? After 2 hours, Rogue, the channel owner who was trying to trigger me along with like 7 or 8 other people, got so triggered that he couldn't trigger me that he kicked me off his show. I never left. I would have stayed another 2 hours to prove a point, right? Right? And that was the turning point right there. And at that point, the mid-30s millennial guy, Lycan Legion, whatever his name is, right? He made a video saying, Rogue destroys Eli. No, he didn't. Rogue destroyed himself, dude, because he got triggered and kicked me off his show. But see, again, you're paid by Texas Caregiver to create all negative content on me, even when it doesn't make sense, or even when you know it didn't happen the way you said it did. It happened the opposite of what you said it had happened, right? To try to protect your monetized channel, right? Or try to get back the other one that got demonetized recently, right? But I got them all. Just in case. I'm back. I got cut off. Grilled chicken, butter beans, and asparagus. Wow, the wind's pulling me. Coach Eli says, I know when I was first introduced to Eli, I thought he was nuts, but after being on the inside of both of these groups, Eli is mostly right. He's not as crazy as they're going to make him sound. Agreed, says JT. You know what, guys? Give me a second to gather my thoughts. That's really touching, guys. J-Rom, Coach J-Rom, and John Tuttle, JT. It's really nice to hear that. Listen, I'm not a perfect guy. I've made mistakes. And all of us will always make mistakes, but I've owned up to my mistakes. And anything that I've done in the past that these people have spun out of context was just to try to protect myself and others from their wrongdoing. That's a very humbling moment right now to hear that, especially from you, J-Rom and JT, when we were on the opposite side of the spectrum at one point. Well, at least we thought we were. See, I never had a problem with you guys, right? It's just that you guys had not seen what these guys were doing. And because it sounded so surreal, nobody believed it until they went through it. Then they're like, wow, these guys are actually doing this shit, huh? They are. Yes, they are. They are, right? And at least now, I appreciate the fact that you guys, can, confirm this. So, at least I can regain some of my credibility with many of the good people that I lost because of their bullshit, because they played this game that I didn't even know was happening initially. I've never dealt with anything like this in my life, and I'm not an idiot. It takes a lot to fool me, but these guys are master manipulators. These guys are like the Church of Scientology. They love bomb you at the door, and then they make you feel like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. They bring you on their panels. They welcome you, right? And then they ask you to donate. And if you don't donate, they start getting on your case. And then they start, doing all these hate things to people like me. And if you're new there and you don't like it, and then you don't end up staying around and you try to leave, then they attack you. They make attack videos on you to try to keep you around, or they get blackmail on you to try to keep you around. A lot of these people were saying that I had all these conspiracy theories, right? And they would call it they used to call me the C-U-C-K Eli, right? And then these people would say, this is another conspiracy, right? Right? Well, the truth of the matter is none of this was ever a conspiracy theory. It was always true, right? But that's the way they spun it to the audience, right? And they got enough people to believe it that the new people initially were going with the masses because they indoctrinated a group of people that were kind of dumb to play along. So when the smart people started coming in, they're like, we got to go with what the majority's saying, right? But what they didn't realize is that it was a bunch of dumb, low-life scumbags that were agreeing with him, right? And it just became one big shit show that ended up being very profitable for them at my expense, right? I mean, look, I'm moving on from this, and I want to work with as many people as possible that are on the good side of things. And if you've run into these people, or we start working together and you run into them, that I want nothing to do with them or anyone that's involved with them, right? I want nothing to do with anyone that's involved with these people. I don't tell anyone where to go or what to do, with the exception of these two people, the Legion and Gunner. If you're going to be a part of them, then I want nothing to do with you. Besides that, I don't care who else you follow. You go wherever you want to go. I don't care. But I want nothing to do with people, in my opinion, that have defrauded me and many other people of a lot of time, money, and their sanity, right? 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 And what they've done technically is not legal, but how do you prove it, right? They know you can't prove what they've done, right? And what are they going to come back and say? All I did was response videos. Nope, you did a lot more than that, sir. You did a lot more than that. And the proof is on my hard drive. I don't want to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm just putting it out there so then you people now know what they're up against, and maybe they can get out early before it's too late, or not join in the first place. Folks, I'm going to go off the air in about 2 minutes. Please get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to go off the air and come right back. All right, we're back. I'm going to go through the chat one last time. Good evening, says Goose Sports. Good evening. Yep, they do all that and more. Coach Jerome, they're mostly fornicators. Oops, debaters. I meant they're master debaters. Excellent. That's great, Jerome. They think, says JT, they think they are master debaters, but all they do is justify or reason their behavior, which is bad behavior. All right, folks, thank you everyone for being here. Too many people to mention. If you want to reconnect with me and you already haven't, please email me at coacheli at coach@eliasmelas.com. Thank you to Jerome again for the $20 and the $10 super chats for a total of $30. I greatly appreciate it, man. And thank you to LA Leggett for the $5 super sticker again. And anyone else that may have donated via Cash App or PayPal, I can't see that till after the show. I'm going to take the rest of the night off, folks. I was going to do a night stream, but I just got a text message from my lady, and she needs to talk with me about something. It's not related to this. And I'm going to take the rest of the night off and come back tomorrow for another show, at least a walking show, because I think my lady's going to be coming over tomorrow, and then we're going to be going out of town on Tuesday and Wednesday. So tomorrow will be a show. Tomorrow will be a show that, well, maybe the only show I do for the next 2.5 days after that, or 3.5 days. So tune in and find out more. Have yourself a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. Bye-bye.